You made a dinosaur out of coffee. Hello YouTubers, my name is Brian and welcome to my channel Ascending Human. I want to first start off by thanking each and every one of you for giving my channel a look-see. Like a lot of guys out there, I'm trying to improve or enhance my physique by putting on muscle mass, and to do that you need a caloric surplus. Now, what happens sometimes when you're a caloric surplus, or a bulk as people call it, is you end up putting on a little bit too much fat. So what can you do when you're in a bulk and you're putting on more fat than you would like to, but you don't want to go into the cutting phase because you're not ready yet? You will still want to put on more muscle mass. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways you can do that. These aren't the only 5 ways you can do that, but these are the 5 ways that came to my mind, or the ones that I utilize the most. Number 1, more cardio. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to do sprints, run a marathon, or anything like that. Doing a little bit of cardio at the end of your workout, 10-15 minutes, will help you burn a little bit of extra calories to get rid of some of that fat. Number 2, training before you eat. Now, this isn't to say that you need to go all day without eating and then 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever your training time happens to be, you go and work out. What this means is that early in the morning, you wake up, you go ahead and do your workout before you eat breakfast. That way, you're still burning the energy that you have left over from the days before. Number 3, intermittent fasting. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can do that, and there's a whole bunch of different research that says different things about intermittent fasting. But what intermittent fasting is waiting a certain period of time before you start eating. An example of this might be that one day you fast the entire day, and then the next day you eat food. The way I do it is I will generally fast until about noon, 1 o'clock, and then I will have all of my meals before 8 or 9 p.m. So I have this 8-hour window during the day where I eat all my food rather than the normal 16 or 17 hour, however long most people are awake during the day. Number 4, alter your training style. That doesn't mean you need to switch from bodybuilding to powerlifting, or from powerlifting to CrossFit, or anything like that. What that means is that you could change the way you approach your workout. For example, taking shorter rest, doing more sets, having a higher intensity level, lengthening the workout even, doing more sets across the board with shorter rest period. And this is going to help you burn a little bit more calories total. Number 5, return your diet to the baseline. What that means is that you find your basal metabolic rate. And I did a video on how to find this. If you want to look at that video, you can click on it now. Basal metabolic rate is the amount of calories your body burns on average per day. If you go from having a huge caloric surplus to returning your calories to your maintenance level, what that's going to do is it's going to prevent you from putting on further fat, and any further muscle you put on is going to help you burn away a little bit of the extra fat you put on. It's kind of like slowly pressing on the brakes in a car instead of just slamming on the brakes and completely doing a 180 or whatever, something like that.
So I also want to share with you guys what I'm actually doing for my workouts and how I'm implementing some of the 5 things that I just mentioned. Most of the time it's intermittent fasting in the morning, and then I'll work out, schedule it so that way right after my workout, about 12 or 1, I'm able to eat a big meal, get a whole bunch of nutrients in me. So obviously today's a squat day. I'm at the Metroflex San Marcos. I used to be able to do like 10 reps with 225 for about 2 sets, but I could only do it with the belt. And I noticed that without my belt, I was barely able to do 10 for 1 set. And so I decided to do away with the belt, kind of start over. And what I'm aiming for is 3 sets of 8 with a consistent weight. And I believe right here it was 205. And I'm pretty happy with that, but also wanted to film 2 angles, that way you can see I'm actually going down to parallel, and I have pretty long legs for the length of my body, so it's quite a movement to do. It was really hot that day, 88 degrees, really humid. I think it was like 90% humidity. So by the time I finished my 3 sets of squats and started deadlifts, I was pretty dead. This over here, this is 275. That big plate is just a 45-pound plate. I think it's just like an Olympic plate with padding. It's not actually a 100-pound plate. So you notice that after this third one, I kind of bailed. And I wasn't happy with that, so I wanted to go back for a second time, at least get 4 reps with 275. My max deadlift right now are the most that I've done, that I've been able to record and do, is 365 for 2 reps. But that was fresh. That was right at the beginning of the workout. So 275 for 4 is progress for me. And I always move into isolation at the end. Sometimes I'll do isolation at the beginning, but they're kind of ancillary workouts. To me, what's important right now is hitting those big compound movements and using most of my energy for those, or saving my energy for those. That's why I'm doing these at the end. So my current weight is 178.4, as you can tell, and I'm pretty happy with my shape right now. I was able to get rid of a little bit of fat. I'm still pretty fluffy, but like I said, I'm in a bulk right now, so the goal is to keep putting on weight, just not let it get out of control. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, leave comments below, and please subscribe to my channel.